Hey, this is Darien Cruz with Darien Cruz Real Estate. I just wanted to make a quick video sort of explaining some of the benefits of working with a realtor. It's something that's come up a lot. This one's going to be concentrating mainly on the seller side, and I'll be making some other videos going a little bit more in depth into some of these topics, but I just wanted to hit a few quick points. So one of the main things that you always want to keep in mind is that a realtor is going to bring expertise to the table. So the idea or concept of selling a home seems pretty simple. You have a home you want to sell, somebody wants to buy it and live in it. But the actual process can be way more complicated. So that's something to really keep in mind. Having a realtor involved is sort of like having the conductor of an orchestra. They're going to let everyone know when they need to play, make sure everything comes together in the best way possible. So they're going to coordinate this whole transaction for you. There's obviously a ton of forms, reports, disclosures, technical documents. All these things are going to come into play, and you need to have someone who's a professional who's used to looking at these documents to really help explain the ins and outs and what it is that we're using them for, what the benefits are. Additionally, your realtor is going to have access to other professionals, attorneys, that would be able to help clarify any legal jargon that appears in a lot of these documents as well. In addition, your realtor's objective. So when you're thinking about, for example, pricing your home, how much you should ask for the home when you put it on the market. When you've lived in a home for a long time and you have a lot of memories of that home, maybe you've raised your children there, that sentimental value is going to really inform what you feel your house is worth. So having a third party that's objective, that can just come in and actually look at numbers, pull the comps, see what other homes of a similar value, size, quality have sold for in the neighborhood, they'll be able to really tell you where you should place your home in the market in order to meet your goal of selling your home as quickly as possible for as much money as possible. That's what they do every day, and they'll be better at it than the average person would be. They also have marketing power. So when you're dealing with a real estate professional, they're going to have access to a lot of vendors that they work with, that have provided them with knowledge on how to make sure that your home is featured on every social media platform, on all the real estate apps and websites that are extremely popular right now. You need to make sure that your home is getting in front of as many people as possible. Additionally, I would have that realtor show you the type of marketing that they do. That's something I always like to do in a listing presentation. I like to show my clients the value that I'm bringing, the vendors that I use, what photographers I like to use, and the quality of those photos. That makes a big difference when you're putting it out there. So you want to get that home in front of as many people as possible, but you want to make sure that the product that you're putting out there is really showing your home in the best light possible to attract the most buyers. And the last point I wanted to mention is the stress. Now, realtors are not therapists, but they often have to function in that capacity. So there are tons of studies. Feel free to look them up, in your own time. They're terrifying regarding the divorce rates and how that coincides with real estate transactions. It's pretty bad. But listen, when you have a realtor involved, they've been through this numerous times. The average person may, in their whole life, buy or sell 2 or 3 homes. A realtor is doing this all the time. So they understand the sort of obstacles that can pop up, stressful situations, things you may not expect. Most likely they've seen it, or they're working with other professionals who have seen it. And they'll have a much better idea of how to maneuver through some of those obstacles that can present themselves during the real estate selling process. So that can be invaluable. They'll know when not to overreact to certain problems and when to react. They'll also know when repair requests come in from a buyer, whether or not this is reasonable, whether or not this is worth it. They'll be able to sort of advise you. In the end, it's your decision. But having that advice is massively helpful. So these are just a few key things that I wanted to throw out there and to make sure that all of you were aware of. If you have any other questions, let me know. I'm going to be making more videos. I'd be happy to address any other concerns or questions anyone might have about real estate. I'll be posting these videos on all my social media platforms and YouTube as well. There'll be some links in the description below so you can follow those accounts. And I look forward to making more videos, and I hope you're able to tune in.